welcome to my channel. It's another Sunday, so we're going to do more videos, more music. That's going to be fun. I'm having a little bit of a problem this morning. I can't seem to figure out how to get the chat on my phone, and I really need that so I can pay attention to what's going on. So bear with me while I try to figure this out. I don't know why I'm having this problem. I didn't have it last week, but this week I am. Let's see. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, how do I get chat? Okay. Dang, man, come on. Give me the chat. Well, I'm okay. Well, I'm not. What the heck? Why am I having this problem? It should be right up top here. I'm sorry about this, guys. I gotta figure this out because I need the chat in order to be able to talk to you. Okay, what the heck is going on? Okay, where do I get the chat? Okay. All right, this is ridiculous. Where is my chat? I gotta have chat. Man. Well, okay. I guess I'll just do without it. I don't know what else to. Here we go. Live streams. Okay. And give me the chat. Jeez, criminy. Man. How do I? Okay. There's the chat. Yay, finally. Okay, so we got that. All right, good, excellent. Sorry for that delay. It's just I really need the chat in order to be able to see what you guys are saying, and also, you know, sometimes we catch problems, like when somebody, you know, one of the problems that we have with Rumble is that they have a limit on their excuse me, they have a limit on their the length of their chat window, character limit, and so people forget to put or don't put the link in there soon enough when they're talking, and then they have to put it in later, and so I got to go find it. And if I don't have the chat on my phone, I can't do that. So now that we got all that mess out of the way, I'm so sorry for this slow start this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. Couple of reminders before we get going. When I finish the chat, or when I finish the live stream, I have to wait for Rumble to finish processing the video, download it, upload it to YouTube, wait for them to finish processing it, and downloading it takes a while because it's a big file. Wait for YouTube to finish processing it, and then find out which songs had to be removed from the video because of copyright. And then I got to edit it, do all that stuff, create the index, and then when I get done editing the file, I have to upload it a second time to YouTube, and that takes a while to process. So normally it's about 6 or 7 hours after the stream ends before the video goes live on YouTube. I'm sorry, but that's the best I can do. Let me see if I can get this queued up while I'm still talking to you. My first request today is TTT Resvent, who is right on the ball this morning, jumped in there and got in ahead of everybody. And he asked for Jamiroquai, Half the Man. The song, though disguised as a love song, was excuse me, was dedicated to J.K.'s twin brother, who passed away shortly after birth due to brain damage. Wow. Okay. So, let's see. Half the Man. We're going to go with the official video. How's that? Okay. And, of course, I always have to listen to the ads and get them cleared out of the way before I can show this to you. So, the other thing I want to remind you of is that I do have lung damage caused by pneumonia, and that causes me to cough because when I breathe deeply, it irritates my lungs. And so I use cough drops, and I have hot tea with me to drink while I'm doing this, and I still can't stop the cough completely. So I apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay. So now that we got all the business out of the way, let's get into the music. This first request is from TT Resvent, as I said, TTT Resvent. He's asking for Jamiroquai, Half the Man. The song, though disguised as a love song, was dedicated to J.K.'s twin brother, who passed away shortly after birth due to brain damage. Now, if you've been on my channel at all, you know I really like Jamiroquai. J.K. has a fantastic voice. He really does. And great rhythm and great sense of I guess you call it soul. I don't know. So here we go. Yeah. You know, I love this guy. He's the vibe of his music is just so relaxing and comforting, and it's just amazing. I you know, the rhythm of it and the movement and the way that he sings, everything about it is just cool. I really, really enjoy listening to him. I can't make up my mind what this is. It's kind of jazzy, but I don't think it's jazz. But whatever it is, it's wonderful. I really enjoy listening to Jamiroquai every single chance I get. He's just a great, great singer, and he's got a great, like I say, a great vibe. The whole vibe of his music is just really good. The next request that I have is from Yenju the Dragon. He says, react to We Need You Too by Ambrosia. The bassist, Joe Puerta, is on lead vocal duty, and equally beautiful voice as the lead singer and guitarist, David Pack. So let's see. Sorry, I forgot to get the URL for Jamiroquai. Let me get that real quick. I got to remember to do that. Okay. We Need You Too by Ambrosia. Ambrosia is a band that I like too. They've got a great sound. Okay, we got multiple versions of this now. Okay. Let's go with this one. And of course, I have to listen to the ads. Somebody suggested that I should get YouTube Premium so I don't have to watch the ads, but I don't know. I hate spending money. Maybe that's just the cheapo in me. I don't know. But I don't like spending money, so let me get this URL before we start so I don't forget it this time. Excuse me. Okay, so this is Ambrosia. singing We Need You Too.
Nothing's complete before every chain is lean. And your mind wasn't meant to be sold out in the street. Yeah. 'Cause you are wearing a disguise, and it reveals you when you cry. Does it hurt you when you try? Can I help you? Could I reach you? Tell me now, because we need you too. And don't let worries be more your walls against you be. Yeah. 'Cause you can climb them, what's beyond is surely worth your sea. Yeah. 'Cause you are wearing a disguise, and it reveals you when you cry. Does it hurt you when you try? Can I
Excuse me. I don't know what that was. Dazzle 101, you crack me up. How do you copy somebody else's request? I got yours, though. But that just cracks me up. This guy should be the lead singer. He's got a great voice. Really great voice. Super band voice, if you know what I mean. There's a certain kind of voice that really works good with a band, and his is one of them. And one of the things that has always amazed me about people other than the lead singer, if you want to call it that, singing in a band, especially drummers, how do they keep the beat on the drums? Well, because that requires a lot of focus. How do they do that and sing too? I've never understood how they can do that. That's a special level of skill. And I think the bass is somewhat the same, although not as much. A lead singer oftentimes is playing lead guitar as well, or playing rhythm guitar. And, that kind of goes along with the song. And so you can see how they can sing and play at the same time. And bass sort of does, but not really. But the drums, man, I don't know how, like Ringo Starr, I don't know how they do that. I really don't. To me, that's a special level of skill. I like these guys. They've got a great sound. It's very pleasing to the ear. And like I say, this guy's voice was really good. I enjoyed him a lot. Okay, so I'm not gonna do your request. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go down and grab. Where is he? D-A-Z-Z-L-E, Dazzle. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go grab your actual request. Okay, Dazzle, and play it now. Since you were the third to request it, I got to do it in the order that it came in. So you asked for Funk 48 by James Gang. So did I get the URL for that? Let me see. No, I did not. Okay, so I need to get that first. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I did. Shh. Okay. All right, so I need Funk 48 by James Gang. Okay. Let me get this up on the screen and then get the URL so I don't forget that. Because when I go back later, I'm going to see this and say, wait a minute, that's the same song. So, oh, you crack me up. That is so funny. Okay. Okay. Funk 48 by James Gang. All right. So, that's... I'm sorry. It's just cracking me up. This is a request by Dazzle 1101. He asked for Funk 48 by the James Gang. Okay. Oh, Lord of mercy. Here we go. Well, that was a nice funky song, is what that was. I like that. There wasn't much in terms of lyrics, but it was good music. It had a great beat to it, and it just made you want to move, you know. And that's half the battle with music, isn't it? Is if you can get them moving, you got it won. Let me see what I got now. Before I go any further, I want to thank you for coming. I'm always amazed when I start up the live stream and the requests just start pouring in. It blows my mind. I don't understand it. I know I have some strange attraction for you, but I really don't get it. I'm just a regular guy, you know. I'm not somebody special or spectacular or anything like that. But boy, you just keep coming back and keep asking for music. And I love music, and so I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Pro Gamer 52 was the next one. Roundabout 2024, Steven Wilson remix by Yes. This came out in 71, but it was remastered for a cleaner and more immersive feel. It also featured an anime called it's also featured in an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Well, we did that last week, didn't we? JoJo's? I'm pretty sure we did. In that shortened, abbreviated version of what I did. I did get the URL for James Gang, right? Yes, I did. Okay. I gotta always remember to do that. Excuse me. Okay, so we have Roundabout 2024, Steven Wilson remix by Yes. Oh, okay. That's it right there. And of course, I have to sit through the ads again. Okay, let me get the URL. Oh, don't run. All right. Okay, I got the URL. Switch to the right screen, and away we go. Oh, that's an interesting graphic. Okay. This is familiar.
silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. Cold at morning, driving through the south and even in the valley, in and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky, they stand there. One mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you. 10 true summers, we'll be there laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see I'll be there with you. In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky, they stand there. 24 before my love, I'll be there.
Wow. I love everything about that song. I love the drums. I love the bass. That was fantastic bass. I love the guitar picking. I love the way that they, at certain points, they just kind of stop and then a very light guitar strumming comes in or picking and a voice. It's just a, it's a, you know what it reminded me of was Kansas. That level of creativity and that level of involvement of instruments. It just was really cool. I really like that song. Really, really like it. That was enjoyable. Thank you for asking for that one. You hit it out of the park, programmer. Okay. Elongated Orangutan 200. Please direct to Freedom by Buffalo, My Country, Australia's first ever heavy metal band. I think you've asked for this before and didn't get it. So I'm glad that we're finally getting to you. And kudos to you from coming all the way from Australia, because it's got to be late at night there or early in the morning, something. I don't know exactly what time it is. I could ask Grok, I guess, but what's the point? Okay. So this is Freedom by Buffalo. And this is an Australian heavy metal band. That was really enjoyable. I love that bass. You know I love bass. I love that bass. The bass was just driving the whole song. And it was, I was sitting there thinking, from one way of looking at it, that has to be really boring for the bass player because he's playing the same set of notes over and over again. There's just a little bit of variation in it. He goes up on one and down on the other. But it just, it was so cool because it just kind of, it built a foundation for the song and gave it strength and gave it oomph. And I really enjoyed that. I thought that was great. This, I don't know if I would call this metal. I guess it is, but it's not metal like some of the metal we have now. But then, of course, you know, or in the early days of metal, it wasn't quite as frenetic as it is now. But that was enjoyable. That really was. Thank you for asking for that one. You know, I have all the usual suspects in here. Let's see. Crimson Majesty says, please react to The Exam, Mr. Bean official. Okay. Oh, Lord of mercy. He says, I had my entrance exam for college yesterday and I was reminded of this video. Okay. The Exam. Okay. Here we go. I gotta listen to the ad, of course. All right, let me get the URL and then we will play it. I always get a kick out of Mr. Bean. He just, I don't know, you know, his whole shtick is just so funny. It really is. Here we go.
You may open the envelopes containing your papers. The exam starts now. 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. At the end, with those who answer the green calculus papers, please put them in the green box. And those who answer the white trigonometry papers, please put them in the white box. Stop writing, please. I said stop writing. Will you stop writing?
Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, yeah, his comedy is physical. And it's so hilarious. The looks on his face and the things that he does. Like when he drew the pencil and disappeared and pops up on the other side. It's just hilarious. The guy is so funny. I don't think there's another comedian like him. I really don't. He is something else. He really is. Oh my God. Let's see. Okay. So Balthazar's, as for Bleach Op 2, yeah, this one is going to be blocked, that I can tell you. But it won't be blocked while I'm doing it now, so you get to watch it. Okay? So, because it got, I think I did this last week and it got blocked. So, we'll see. You gave me a URL though, so that's good. Let's see. That was quick. Wow. That was really quick. I think I did a different version or a different song on last week's Bleach Up 2, but I guarantee you this is going to be blocked. But this is why I'm on Rumble. Because on Rumble, they won't block this and give me a strike like they do on YouTube. I still have a strike hanging over my head from that, I think it was the 8th Sunday Live, and here we are on 22nd on Rumble, and I've not had anything from them. So that's why I'm on Rumble. I know it's kind of, it's maybe not the best, because I really would prefer to stream on YouTube and keep it all on that channel, but YouTube is way too strict. They ought to allow me to do the live and then remove them from the recording. But that's not what they do. So here I am on Rumble. This is an interesting anime. It just, there's a lot of old style Japanese samurai kind of stuff in it, which I think is interesting. I'm not quite sure what the story's about, but it's obviously good versus evil, as it always is, or almost always is. But it's an interesting thing. And the music, as always, with the Japanese music, it's like, number one, you can expect them to be really, really professional and good. They just don't, they don't, I guess I can say it, they don't put out crap, is what I'm trying to say. It's all good stuff. So, I really enjoy watching these. Oh wait, I get the wrong. Oh, well, if I put it in the right place, I guess I would get it. What the heck? Okay, my next request is from The Moon and NYC, and he says, react to Crow, don't try to lay no boogie woogie on the king of rock and roll. Excuse me. But for some reason, I'm getting a URL in here. Here we go. Now I'll make some progress. Okay. And of course I have to listen to the ads. But, and this is a long one. Vote for the judge. Yeah, elect her for judge. Yeah, like I care. Okay. So, this next request that I have is from The Moon and NYC. God, I can't even read. Asking me to react to Crow, don't try to lay no boogie woogie on the king of rock and roll. Let me get this URL first, and then we will bring it up. Okay. Here we go.
Don't tell me no lies, woman, 'cause all you know I've told. And don't sell me no alibi, sister, 'cause all you got I sold. You better leave that midnight sleeping to the one who worked it out. I don't wanna hear no back talk speaking, go on and shut your mouth. And everything's gonna work outside if you act like you've been told. So don't try to lay no boogie woogie on the king of rock and roll. Don't meet me no TV dinners when you know I'm used to steak. I don't need no rain beginners when it's time to shake that shake. You better pull your things together, reach in and dust it out. And if you feel that your dance can't dig it, then I guess you know the route. It ain't a matter of pork and beans gonna justify your soul. Just don't try to lay no boogie woogie on the king of a rock and roll. Rock and roll.
You know, that's the kind of music that is just right up my alley. It's just got a funky beat to it, and a funky sound, and it's kind of bluesy and kind of jazzy. I love it. It's fantastic music. I like the way the guy did it with his voice. You know, he kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but he kind of slung it out there, if you know what I mean. He was just kind of slinging the words out there. I really like that. It's enjoyable. It's good music to listen to, and you can dance to it too. So that's the best of both worlds, right? Okay. Let's see. My next request is, ooh, okay. It's John Vinyl. Oh, wait. Maybe it's John Vinyl 2020. Okay. All right. Busman's Holiday by Allah Lost 2012. Alternative rock track about a vet's return to betrayal and trauma. Okay. Busman's Holiday. Huh. That's an interesting title. Let me get this put in here. And oh, okay. So it starts right up. Okay. So this, whoops. So this is Allah Las, or LAS, Busman's Holiday, official video. Excuse me.
Spent 2 years of my life in a foreign land. Came home to my young wife and a different man. Saw 15 sons and fathers lying on the ground. Just one blink of my thumb laid their bodies down. Oh, it seems nightmares have become our dreams. Life ain't just what it seems. Still run by ancient schemes. And oh, it's true on the faces of those who know. Love goes where the money's goes. Try to get your hands on gold. But hey, while anybody trying to sing, spent 2 years of my life in a foreign
Okay, it's there were some things he sung in there that are really so true. One flick of my thumb and 8 men are down. It's it's a terrifying power that you have in war, and it's hard to reconcile that with what basically what you know to be true, what you know to be right. It's like, it's hard to describe, but you start out, in the States getting trained and so forth and so on, and you're everything is somewhat normal, although there's nothing normal about the military at all. But I mean, it's normal in the sense that excuse me, you can go off the base and go to a bar at night and that kind of stuff, and you get we call it shore duty in the Navy on the weekends, and you're in America and it's all like what you're used to. And then you get on a plane and you're flown to a foreign land, thousands of miles away. And while you're on the plane, it's still kind of normal. You're with a bunch of guys, but you all know each other, and you're all Americans, and you all think alike or similar, and there's nothing unusual about it, really. And then you land, and you get placed in a place that is completely different culture, completely different from what you're used to. And then people start shooting at you. And this goes on for, however long your tour of duty is, a year. Some guys go several times, but most of the tours are 9 months to a year. Excuse me. 9 months to a year in what they call in theater. And then you get on a plane and you go back home, and everything's normal for everyone around you because they live there and they're used to it. But for you, it's all changed. It's all different. It's all weird. And it takes a while for you to adjust. It takes some guys a long time. It takes some guys a lifetime. Some guys never excuse me, some guys never adjust. Some guys adjust pretty quickly. But it's like, I'm trying to find a way to describe this. It's like it's like you get picked up and you get plopped somewhere in a completely different milieu, and you're there for a while, and you get adjusted to it and get used to the rhythm of things and so forth, and you get plopped back over here. And over here, everything's like, there's no war, there's no conflict, there's no problems, there's no heat, there's no cold. It's all back to what used to be normal, but it's no longer normal for you. And it's just not easy to adjust. And so, I would just ask you to think about the men and women who were in combat. I never was, but I do know many that were. They're personal friends, and they've shared their hearts with me. That's why I know about this stuff, and not from personal experience. But think about them and pray for them, because it's an adjustment. It's a real. Some of them just really struggle with it because it's a life-altering experience. And like he said, I flipped my thumb and 8 men were down. I mean, that's hard to imagine, but it's also hard to reconcile in your mind. I flipped my thumb and 8 men went down. And some, like I say, some never come back. They're stuck over there in their brain for the rest of their life. Others, it ain't no big deal. I think it affects everybody, but it affects everybody differently, and it has to do with, I think, your psychological makeup. If you're the kind of person that can not internalize the violence, it's much easier for you to adjust when you get home. It's like I had a job to do, and now the job is done. Whereas for others, it was like I went and killed people, and I saw people killed, and I saw blood, and I saw horrible things, and those haunt me at night. And it's, for a long time, for the military, it was a sign of weakness to admit that you were mentally affected by the violence. Excuse me. It's finally getting to a point now where they understand that it impacts. In World War I and World War II, they called it shell shock. That's what they called it. Oh, he's shell-shocked. He'll get over it. You're a man. Toughen up. No, you're a human being, and human beings shouldn't have to see that kind of stuff. Shouldn't have to experience that kind of stuff. So, just, if you know any vets, keep that in mind and honor them when you can, because they've been to hell and back. Okay. Let's see. I've been yakking way too long. Creatine Lover 67 says, Blood Rock, it's a sad world. This song encapsulates what I feel when I hear about the current state of affairs. Okay, let's pull this up. I did get the URL for the last one, right? Yes, okay. Something is... oh, geez. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Blood Rock, it's a sad world. Okay. Of course, I have to sit through an ad. Okay. Oh, this graphic. Wait till you see this graphic. Okay. All right, so this is Creatine Lover 67 requesting Blood Rock, It's a Sad World. And he says, this song encapsulates what I feel when I hear about the current state of affairs. So, let's switch screens, and away we go. I like the sound of this band. I like the different instruments they're using, like the flute. It just has and the electric piano. It has a different vibe to it. I like it. As far as the message goes, this is what I was thinking. We live in two coexistent worlds. One world is the physical, where you have touch, taste, smell, hearing, and sight. And you experience that world through those five senses. But there is a coexisting world in the same area, in the same place. How can I put this? It's not like they overlap. They actually coexist in the exact same place. That is the spiritual world. Excuse me. That is the spiritual world. And if you look at the world through your five senses, you will see exactly what these guys are seeing. It's a sad world. It's filled with confusion. People are dying that shouldn't be. And you can't make sense out of it. It makes no sense at all. You don't understand why it's like this when everyone you talk to agrees it's bad. But if you move over to the spiritual side, you understand exactly what's happening. It's a battle between God and Satan. And Satan likes to use things in the physical realm to poke and prod and irritate and exasperate and energize and anger people. And that's what he does. And it's tailored to you. So exactly what gets you irritated and what gets you upset and what gets you energized is what he will bring to the table for you. For someone else, it would be completely different. But the result is the same. You get irritated. You get exasperated. You just can't understand. You get confused. You want to know why. Why is it like this? And as long as you live and delve in that world, that's what the result will be. You will be irritated and confused and exasperated a lot of the time. Not always, but a lot of the time. Sometimes things will be good. But if you live in the spiritual realm, you're I don't want to say you're above it, because you're not above it, but you're observing it from a different viewpoint. And so you understand when something comes at you that gets you angry, that is being done on purpose. And what you need to do is ignore it. And I don't know if I'm doing a very good job of explaining this, but the more that you live in the spiritual realm, in other words, that's where your brain is at, the less all these various irritants will bother you, because you know the end game. You know what the purpose is. And so you just go, whatever. Go away. Leave me alone. You know. And what that does is it brings a great peace on your soul. Because, when I look at the world, I think, well, like the shirt I had that I was wearing on Friday when I did my reactions. If idiots were trees, this place would be an orchard. That's the world. The world is that orchard of idiots. And when you start living in your mind in the spiritual realm more, those idiots no longer bother you. You just go, yeah, that's the way they are. There ain't nothing I can do about it. I can't fix them. Only God can. And so I'm not going to worry about it anymore. You know? It affects the way that you interact with other people, including people that you love. You're more forgiving. You're more understanding. You're more c'est la vie. That's just the way they are. I was watching an interview of a pastor yesterday and a little bit this morning. And basically, he was talking about there's two kinds of people in the world. There's Christians and there's sinners. And, excuse me, gosh, what was that? Just a second. He says the sinners are going to do what sinners do. So why concern yourself with them? Why get upset about them? That's just who they are. That's their nature. The ones he gets upset about are the Christians who claim to be Christians but act like sinners and ignore God and ignore the truth because they ought to know better. And it just, I don't know, it's a different world when you live in the spiritual realm. It's a completely different world. It's a world that doesn't get you upset. You know, when I'll give you a good example. When Trump went down to Venezuela and grabbed the president, my initial reaction was, what the heck? How does he do that? But then I go, well, what does it matter? In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. You know? It's not something for me to be concerned about. I have no control over it. I can't change it. And if I spend my time, waste my time thinking about it and obsessing over it, all I do is hurt me. I don't hurt Trump. I don't hurt anybody else. I just hurt me. So stop being concerned about the world. The world will take care of itself. Be concerned about your relationship with God, because that's the only thing that's going to bring you peace. Didn't mean to go off on that tangent like that, but I did. Let's see. This is Fuzzed Out Bass 33, and he says, react to Leafhound, Freelance Friend. This is a 1970 song. All right, let's pull this up. And of course, I gotta do the ads. Okay. So, this is Leafhound, Freelance Fiend. Is that right? Yeah, Freelance Fiend. Okay. Now I've been talking so long, I need to make sure I'm on the right screen so you can see it.
but they don't add up so much compared to you. And I'm gonna do as a good man should. I'm gonna bring my loving back on home to you. I've seen a lot of people walking, yeah, but that don't mean a thing compared to you. And I've got to live as a freelance speed if I'm gonna do all those things that you asked me to. I'm gonna live like a freelance fiend. I'm gonna build all my castles on top of my dreams. If I'm gonna do all those things that you asked me
Ooh. Okay. Well, I guess there's nothing else. Okay. Okay, this definitely 70s rock, and it's the kind of rock and roll that I like. It's got that kind of a heavy, driving beat to it. Do 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 do. It kind of, it underlays the song and gives it body and strength, and I like that. It's excuse me, made me think of a number of other bands of that era, like now my mind goes completely blank. Led Zeppelin, for example. Gosh, there was another one I was thinking of. Can't think of it now. But it just reminded me of that sound, that was back then, and the graphics were typical of that time as well. Lots of stuff about mushrooms and psychedelic things and LSD and all that kind of stuff. What was it Timothy Leary said? Tune in and drop out? Or was it drop out and tune in? I don't remember. Anyway, it was an interesting time. That's for sure. Okay. Marco 1337 LG says, hello, my request is a song from the To Be Hero, excuse me, To Be Hero X anime. So we're going to pull that up. Okay, we did get the URL for that last one, right? Yes, okay. All right, we're starting right out, so no ads, yay. Okay, so this is To Be Hero X. Interesting title.
To be the pinnacle, there's a price. A model of virtue above the vice. Dressed in gold and flowing white. The dark is vanquished by your light. Pretenders never keep their lives. Repentant is televised. It's not easy being nice. It's not about to merchandise. It's so serene, the blue and green from outer space. If we all could make it work, it could be such a happy place. Two broke copies, so pain can cease. We are much more than a sum of all our parts. So go and capture all the hearts. 'Cause you are the teacher, shine like a sapphire to guide us. Wisdom is just in your nature. Fighting for justice, you take us higher. Saw the potential to be good. So many just misunderstood. So many lost deep in the wood. Shall find a way. Can you imagine a world with no fear of hate? Waking up with no reason for feeling great. Can imagine the world that you can create. You're the fate that we deserve. Paragon can't get through the night. God as we your beacon of light. Paragon just cut through the night. Guide us with your beacon of light.
Yay, so far I haven't had a single ad intrude on the stream. That's wonderful. This made me think about some stuff. What does it mean to be a hero? Well, far too many human beings go through life just living. I know that sounds silly, but bear with me. The people that are heroes are the ones who decide to do more than just live. They decide to commit themselves to a cause. And to do that is scary because it means that in one sense, your life is not your own. You're kind of hostage to the dream that you have. But it's the only way that you can be a hero is to commit to it, to not hesitate. And, you know, heroes come in lots of different forms. You can be a hero to your family. You can be a hero to your boss. You can be a hero to your business. You can be a hero to your country. You can be a hero to a lot of things. But, excuse me. But every single one of those requires a commitment for you to put 110% of yourself into it and to not hold back. And that's why so few people are heroes, because most of us are hesitant. Most of us don't want to commit. Most of us don't want to go all in. But going all in is what brings you the freedom that you seek. It's a strange paradox. See what we got next. Okay, we got Jimbo Galligan. Excuse me. Dr. Hook. Got a URL, so let's just put that in there. Okay. Okay. So, this is Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, cover of the Rolling Stone.
Don't believe it.
Whoops.
Don't touch me. Hey, Ray. Hey, Sugar. Tell them who we are. Well, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we go. That sounds like us. We sing about beauty, and we sing about truth at $10,000 a show. Right. We take all kind of pills to give us all kind of thrills, but the thrill we've never known is the thrill that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. Wanna see my picture on the cover? Wanna buy 5 copies for my mother? Wanna see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone? That's a very, very good idea.
I got a freaky old lady named a Cocaine Kitty who embroiders on my jeans. I got my poor old gray-haired daddy driving my limousine.
Now it's all designed to blow our minds, but our minds won't really be blown like the blow that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. Wanna see our pictures on the cover? Wanna buy 5 copies for our mothers? Wanna see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone? Hey, I know how. Rock and roll. Oh, that's beautiful. We got a lot of little teenage blue-eyed groupies who'll do anything we say. We got a genuine Indian guru. He's teaching us a better way. We got all the friends that money can buy, so we never have to be alone. And we keep getting richer, but we can't get our picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone. Wanna see my picture on the cover? Wanna buy 5 copies for my mother? Wanna see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone? On the cover of the Rolling Stone. Wanna see my picture on the cover? Wanna buy 5 copies for my mother? Wanna see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone? Right up front, man, I can see it now. We'll be on the front smiling, man. Oh, beautiful.
Okay. I love this song. This is it's a great, it's a fun song, and it's there's a certain amount of truth to it too. You know, there are certain things that can come with musical stardom that may not necessarily be the best for you. but they're kind of like accessories. Not that people are accessories, but you know what I'm saying. They're kind of the trappings of the trade, if you will. But it would be a big deal, a really big deal, if you were on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That would be like the ultimate imprimatur of your success. And so that's just a great song, really fun song. Let's see. Okay. My next one is Heavens to Murgatroyd LL. Please react to MD. That's HD, sorry. Sananda Maitreya. Holding On to You, London, 1995. Probably one of the greatest yet underrated vocal performances of all time. Okay, so I need to go look for this. Holding On to You, London, 95. Okay. Excuse me. Here we go. Okay, so that just starts right out, no ads at all. So let me get the URL so I won't forget it. All right. Okay, so this is Sananda Maitreya, Holding On to You, London, 1995. One of the greatest voices, excuse me, one of the greatest yet underrated vocal performances of all time, according to Heavens to Murgatroyd LL. We shall see.
Thank you very much. We would like to sincerely thank you once again for coming and being with us this evening. We appreciate that you chose to come and hang out with us tonight and support us and let us have a good time at your expense. We appreciate it. We would like to leave you, giving you once again our deepest thanks with this little benediction. Once again, God bless you and thank you very much. We'll see you sometime down the road. Thank you. She pulled my best years out of me. Fat penny lips on a live white beauty, a tangerine girl with tambourine eyes. Her face was my favorite magazine. Her body was my favorite book to read. They say that our poets must have an unrequited love, as all lovers must have thought-provoking fear. But holding on to you means letting go of pain, means letting go of tears, means letting go of rain, means letting go of what's not real. Holding on to you She breathes in fire and breathes it out. It's garden flowers. Why me, of all the tough talking boys? I guess she heard my heartbeat with the noise. They say that our poets must have an unrequited love. So our lovers must have thought-provoking figures. But holding on to you means letting go of pain, means letting go of tears, means letting go of rain. Holding on to you means letting sorrows heal, means letting go. Not real. Holding on to you. Holding on to you means letting sorrows heal, means letting go of what's not real. Holding on to you. I left East Coast for West Coast beauty, a woman who read my thoughts like this. She was down by strict decree. She swore she'd throw my best years out of me. Fat wet lips on a seesaw canvas. Goodbye Picasso, hello darling. The soil is fertile where footsteps trod. She's my new religion, she's all I've got. They say that our poets must have an unrequited love. Yes they do. There's our lovers I'm sure must have thought-provoking fear. Yeah! Holding on to you means letting go of pain. It means letting go of tears. It means letting go of rain. Holding on to you means letting sorrows heal. I believe it means letting sorrows heal, letting sorrows heal. Yes it does, yes it does. Yeah. When I was a young boy, my daddy told me, son, before you leave the world, you're expected to love somebody, yeah. You gotta love somebody, yeah. Before you leave the world, you got to, if it's just one, you gotta love somebody, yeah. And you can't correctly love someone unless you love yourself, unless you feel your soul. Oh, yes, you do. Daddy told me, son, even when you feel like you must walk alone, don't lose your faith. 'Cause faith will lead you on. when a dark cloud comes, faith will lead you on. Yes, my son. You gotta trust someone. You can't be afraid to turn the page. No, 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 no. Holding on to you.
Wow. Okay, that was special. That was very special. Wow. Why haven't I heard of this guy? He's got a great voice, great timing. And he was feeling it. He was feeling it in the bones. That was fantastic. That was a really, really great performance. I don't know why I haven't heard of this guy. Man, why isn't he on the top of the hill? He had me right at the beginning when he said, I'm not going to quote him, but words to this effect: thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for allowing us to have fun at your expense. Excuse me. I mean, acknowledging right up front that they paid to come see him, and he's thankful for that. That's a rare... Excuse me. That's a rare artist that will do that. Rare artist that will do that. He deserves everything he gets in life and more. That got me down deep in the feels. Wow. I can't thank you enough for asking for that one. Wow. Thank you, Heavens to Murgatroyd. Is it? Yeah. 11. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Is there 10 Heavens to Murgatroyds before you? That's mind-boggling. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh. You know, sometimes just music just gets you right in the heart. And there's you know, there's no way I mean, you can't. What can I? Oh. No. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've done this one before. Let me double check. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, I did it last week. Let's see. Onion Don LV9 says hi. This is my request. I did this last week. Excuse me. If you look at the 21st Sunday live reactions, it's in there. Just look for. If you go to the description and look in the index, you'll find Light and Shadow there. Okay. I think I've done this one too. Let me see here. Fragments of Time by Daft Punk. Let me see. No. I know I've done Daft Punk before. What did I do? Okay, just bear with me a minute here. What? Come on now. I know I've done Daft Punk. Yeah, there we go. I did the Daft Punk on the 18th. What was that? Oh. Where is it? Okay. Well, that's weird. It says it's there, but I don't see it. And on the 14th. Yeah, I did get lucky. On the 14th Sunday. And I'm supposedly did Daft Punk here, but I'm not finding it. Uriah Heep, Steam Powered Giraffe. I mean, Big Crit. Huh. That's weird. Unless it was a Daft Punk. Ah, okay. It was a Daft Punk song featuring Daft Punk. Okay, there you go. All right, so I have not done Fragments of Time by Daft Punk, so let me do that now. Official audio featuring Todd Edwards. Okay, let me get the URL and put it in here. Okay. So this is Daft Punk, Fragments of Time.
seen, and it's crystal clear that I don't ever want it to end. If I had my way, I would never leave. Keep building these random memories, turning our days into melodies. But since I can't stay, I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. Everywhere I go, these moments will shine. I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. Everywhere I go, these moments will shine. I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. Everywhere I go, these moments will shine. I'll just keep playing back these fragments of time. These moments will shine.
Well, I like that one. It had a nice funky beat to it. I like that. I just really like the funky beats. I really do. It just makes the song more enjoyable, I think. And that was an interesting subject of the fragments of time that you remember from the past that bring back those nice warm memories, and you think, if I could just go back, if I could just return to that. That would be so cool. Let's see. You guys were talking in the chat about how, see, where was it? I watched the 21st Sunday Live video and didn't find it. Yeah, the live was lagging. He didn't get to react to it. What is it you're referring to there? Yeah, TT Resident says it's in my supplemental. There you go. Okay. The video is blocked in my country for some reason. I will use VPN. I will never use VPN again. I didn't know I was using VPN last week. That's what was causing all the lag, was that I was on a VPN. I didn't even know it. I do genealogical research, and for some reason the Swedish National Archives are blocked in America. I don't know why. That just seems strange to me. But anyway, so I have to use a VPN to get to them. So I don't use them very much. I actually use what's called Arc Digital, which is a paid service. Excuse me. And also the Swedish Dodbook, which is the death database. And between those two, I can get almost everything I need. But somehow, on Saturday evening, I must have started up the VPN without even realizing it. And of course, for me, on my machine, I don't really see that lag. And so everything seemed normal. And, excuse me, I went to bed, got up in the morning, and it was still running, and I didn't know it. And so that's why we ended up with that mess. I now have in my, I have a checklist that I use to make sure I've got everything set up correctly. For example, I check to make sure my mic is the right one, and I check to make sure that the mic is not showing up in the background on the screen, because I have it right next to the computer so that you can hear me better. And so now I have to add a check. Make sure VPN is not running. I have lights I have to check. I got all kinds of things that I have to check to make sure that they're not that they are set the way that I want them to be. Okay, so this next request that I have is from Tenma72. She says, or he says, "Hi, my request for today is," and gives me a URL. The URL leads to something that looks like Breathless. I'm not quite sure what this is, but it's All Noah Zero original soundtrack composed by Hiroyuki Sawano. And I think we've already done one song by Hiroyuki, so now we're going to have to create a playlist for him or her. Well, that was interesting. I like her voice. She got a good voice. And the song itself it had a nice upbeat sound to it and very positive sounding. It was nice. I liked it. Very pretty. Okay, the Protoculture says, I request Sammy Davis Jr. versus Wilt Chamberlain, Rowan and Martin's Laugh In. Okay. Okay. I gotta find that. I have a feeling this is gonna be hilarious. Okay. Here you go. Okay, let me get the URL. Okay. Okay. All right, so this isn't exactly music, but hey, neither was Mr. Bean. And this sometimes is fun to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fight of the century between the challenger Jolton Jr. Davis and the champion Tiny Irish Bob Murphy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, entering ring, the challenger Jolton Jr. Davis. And now, entering the ring, the champion Tiny Irish Bob Murphy.
Don't go away. Who's he?
That's the champ, Tiny Irish Bob Murphy.
But he ain't tiny, and I have a sneaking suspicion he ain't even Irish.
His eyes are smiling.
You old son of a gun, you. You're the champ. He's Irish. but he ain't tiny. He definitely ain't tiny.
Go in there. The ref wants to talk to you.
Champ, let me check that glove.
Give me a hand, will you? Sure. That's a good glove.
Come on. Boys, this is a 15-round fight.
Don't bet on that. I have a dinner date in 10 minutes. I'll be showered, shaved, and dressed. And 5 minutes early.
You got him now.
Now you got him.
What do you mean I got him?
And there will be no hitting below the belt.
Nope. That don't leave me much space.
Yeah, that's gonna be your problem. And if there's a knockdown, you go to the nearest neutral corner. All right?
That's where I'm going right now.
Where you going?
To the nearest neutral corner, which happens to be, for me, 125th Street and 8th Avenue. Later, you got him. Fight him, Whitey.
Come on.
Get in there. Get him in a clinch. We'll think of something.
Don't worry about a thing. He's scared to death of you.
Get him in a clinch.
Yeah, we'll think of something. Don't worry.
Look, I tell you what. Why don't you get him in a clinch? Because I already thought of something I told him before. I'm gonna leave. Don't kill me.
Come on.
Go ahead, give him.
All right, fight.
All right, get him. Get him there, Joe. Hit him in the
You
midsection.
got him now. You got
Hit
him,
him in the
Junior.
midsection.
That's it. Hit him again.
Now you got him. Get him on the roof.
That was a good one, Junior.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, you got him now.
One more like that. Get him, baby.
Atta boy. You got him.
There you go.
Hey, there's only one hope left. Try and make friends with him.
That's it.
Make friends.
Make friends with
Make
him.
a friend of him. You can do it.
Excuse me.
Hi there,
that's
sailor.
hilarious.
New in town?
Hey. It's no use. We better throw in the towel.
No, wait.
What?
Just wait. I think I got one thing that can take him by surprise. One last thing. Easy, bro. Come over here. Come over here, bro. Jordan! How did you do it?
What did you whisper in his ear?
I just told him that George Wallace was going to buy the house next door to his.
And that flattened him?
Wouldn't it flatten you?
Oh, God. The size of Will Chamberlain's gloves were almost as big as Sammy's head. Oh, Lord. And when he went bonk, it just cracked me up. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. Whoever came up with the idea for that skit was a genius. Okay. Okay. Oh, Lord of mercy. That's so funny. Simple Disc says the second opening of the anime ranking of kings. So we're going to get back to something a little more serious. Okay. No ads. So we just dive right into this thing. You ready?
誰かが変な涙を飲み込んでいる力がその裏悪意にほどいて耳は聞こえちゃいないだが勇者は今力はいらない身に任せて小さなこの絶 애원한다도
Well, that's an interesting one. It's like a child king trying to fight against adults. And I like the melody. And of course, like almost everything that comes out of Japan now, the music is great. It's just great. That was really interesting. I enjoyed that. Thank you for asking for it. The next request that I have is from Leg of Lamb, 12345. It says, please react to Faces, Stay With Me, live on Sounds for Saturday, BBC. Okay. He says, let me get this whole thing in here and see if I can find it. 412, okay. That's it right there, okay. So, let me get the URL. Excuse me. Let me get the URL so I have that. Okay. So, before we get into the music, I wanted to bring something up. Shmael Palooza fan says, we love you, Paul. I can't thank you enough for that. I really can't. I just have to say thank you. I really do. Okay, so this is Faces, Stay With Me, live on Sounds for Saturday, BBC, 1972. Wow. What a blast from the past. Wow. Amazing to see Rod Stewart, 1972, which means 28. Wow. Plus 26 is 50. 50. 64 years ago. And he's still rocking. Wow. You know, some people just got it and some don't. Rod always has had. He's just a great rock and roll artist. Great rock and roll performer. Always have enjoyed listening to him. That's an old song, obviously. Goes way, way back. But and I love his antics on stage where he's doing the thing with the microphone stand and the cord is wrapping around. I'm thinking, Rod, you need to be careful there, buddy. You're going to trip over it. But no, he never does. He just has a knack. Excuse me. You know, there are some people like him that just are talented. You know what I'm saying? They're just talented, and the talent comes out. The next request I have is Warhorse 2007. Please react to the Osmonds' Crazy Horses. Let me get this up here. The song is about pollution, but they replaced it with horses instead. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Let me get the URL while the ads are playing. Okay. Okay, so what we got? We got a little bit of time left. This is the Osmonds' Crazy Horses.
There's a message floating in the air, come from crazy horses riding everywhere. It's a warning, it's in every tongue. Got to stop them crazy horses on the run. What a show, there they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses, all got riders under you and I. Crazy horses. Crazy horses. Never stop and they never die. They just keep on pumping how they multiply. Crazy horses, will they never halt? If they keep on moving, then it's all our fault. What a show, there they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses, all got riders under you and I. So take a good look around, see what they've done, what they've done, they've done, they've done. Crazy horses. Crazy horses. Crazy horses.
Gosh. Isn't it wild that out of all those guys, the one who had a long career was Donnie? That's really, he didn't even sing. That's really interesting. That's, it just kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of weird in a way that he was the one who had a long, and has had and continues to have a long career. And the others, I guess, are raising families and living life. Just interesting to me how that works out sometimes. Really something. Good song, though. Like the song, and especially his, Donnie's, on the piano. This next request is from Steampunk Ryan. Says, react to Wish You Well by Baker Boy featuring Bernard Fanning. Baker Boy is an Aboriginal hip-hop musician from Australia. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Oh, let the ad run, Paul. Get the URL and put that in here like that. Okay. And so this is Baker Boy. Wish You Well, featuring Bernard Fanning.
Touch a coin and a wishing well, and I just wanna wish you well. Got a love you can never sell. Broken heart makes you feel like a jail cell. Everybody's going through, you can never tell. I wish there was a way that I could break your shell and set your body free like you're cool as hell. Wala lang free, bibili daw nung amusing. Ngaraway na nungon, ito let you come na ninayakan nito yalgo wala lang malton. Pamurong-burong nung ordal kong in the dark room, yak kayo kugalkur. I know it's been a hard time, and I wanna show you mine. So I wish you well, I hope you fly. Restless future burning bright, the past is holding on so tight. I never heard the warning bell, and I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well. Up north, down south, east side. Don't stop if it makes you feel right. Make room for the feelings you hide. Got love for the whole world, peace sign. High rise, low light. Same blood as my brother on the flip side. You can't win at this game, it's a deep fate. Some things you just can't replicate. Nah, gal tira nga rali nung ubangon nilimil kum nung udaw nga rako. No sleep that I can't put it all. Do drug hindi nga raka ngay tam. One love. I know it's been a hard time, and I wanna show you mine. So I wish you well, I hope you fly. Restless future burning bright, the past is holding on so tight. I never heard the warning bell, and I just wanna wish you well. Yeah, I just wanna wish you well. You know I'll be waiting here. I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well. Yeah. Why'd you give up on me so soon? Yeah. Why'd you give up on me so soon? Yeah. I just wanna wish you well. Yeah. I just wanna wish you well. You know I'll be waiting here. I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well. Yeah. I just wanna wish you well. Yeah.
Where am I? Okay. Add. I thought that was cool. I especially liked that he mixed in his native language in there. That was cool to me that he did that, and it had a good beat to it. It was a good sound. Really enjoyed hearing that, and I couldn't help but think, okay, hip hop and rap have just spread out all over the world. I think like like spilling a paint can, and how it just kind of oozes out and it oozes out. Hip hop and rap have just oozed out until they've covered the entire world. No matter where you go, you find rap and hip hop, and that to me is so cool. That's just an indication of how creative Americans are and how creative humans are, and I just loved it. My next request is from Slime J.I. A little bit of a long one, but I think this is an interesting video on the evolution of anime. I don't know if I'm going to do that one. Let me see how long it is. I may do that tomorrow for the supplemental. Let's see. Because I only got like 5 minutes left. How long is this? Yeah, this is 11 minutes. I'm going to hold off on that, and I'll do it in the supplemental, okay? Let's see. My next request then would be One Odyssey, One Journal, or is it Journal? Okay, One Odyssey, One Journal with Witch Op. Let's see what this is. Okay. Okay. All right, so this will be the last one, I guess. And of course, you all know that I will do a supplemental tomorrow, and I will catch a lot more of these that I didn't get to. I won't get every single one, but I'll get quite a few of them. Okay? So this is, well, okay, it's Journal with Witch, Ikoku Niki. Okay.
眠りから目覚めたら開かれたページの上に一人見ませど見えないあても出口もそして聞こえたのは名前を呼んでるあなたの声手探りの言葉と歩き出したバラバラのリズムで口ずさめたら聞いて世界がほどける音がかけてくるかけてくる朝が来る綺麗な目をしたあなたも見てるだろう朝が来る朝が来る壁越しに届くようなあなたの話にもたれる夜触れないのにどうして暖かいんだろう不揃いなマグカップと向かい合うテーブルの岸辺で知らない言葉だってつなぎたいよバラバラの景色で隣り合うこと知った今日は世界がほどける音と息をする綺麗な目をしたあなたも見てるだろう世界がほどける音がかけてくるかけてくる朝が来る未来で振り向くあなたに手を振って漕いでゆく漕いでゆくどこへ行こうどこへでも
Got caught with an ad on that last one, too. I'm getting old. Too slow. Let's see. This was... Yeah, that was that one. Okay. All right. That's all I can do for today. We're already past time just a little bit. I will do a supplemental tomorrow, and I will catch a lot more of these. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And... Again, I just can't thank you enough for coming. I really, really do appreciate it. It's, yeah, trial by fire. You are late. Let me tell you what I do. When I start my stream on Sunday, I start at 2 minutes before the hour, and I start up the stream, but I don't go live until 2 minutes later. So, excuse me, if you come early and you get hooked up to the stream as soon as it starts and get your request in, you'll probably get it on the show. But if you don't, if it's too far down for me to get to it during the show, I do a supplemental on Mondays. I usually catch another 12 to 15 songs in the supplemental. So, don't lose heart. And of course, if I don't get to it in either one, just come back next week and ask for it. We'll get to it sooner or later, okay? We're going to do every song in the world if we have time. If God allows me to live to be 120 like I plan, then we will get to a lot of songs by then. I've already done like 3,500 total reactions, and I'm just getting started. So just stick with me. I really appreciate you coming. I'm so thankful that there are people in the world that like what I do enough to take the time out of their day to come and watch me. I can't thank you enough for that. I really cannot. And so, as I do with every show, I'll close out with a prayer. I pray that God will watch over you, that He will infuse you with His energy, that He will bless you with His abundance, that He will shower you with His love, and that He will cover you with His peace. And I pray for that for every single person that you love. So until tomorrow, this is the Vietnam Era Vet signing off.